Welcome to Cedars Park, a historic green space in Cheshunt, Hertfordshire. This small 19-acre park is a unique public park in the whole country, as it is the historic site of Theobald's Palace, the favourite hunting grounds of King James I, and likely the grandest estate of the Jacobean era. Sadly, the palace was destroyed for its materials to support the troops during the English Civil War, but this royal connection makes Cedars Park an important site for preserving national history. At the pedestrian entrance gates, there are roundels designed by local schoolchildren, commemorating the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting the royal history of this site. The name Cedars Park comes from The Cedars, a property that was built here in 1765 using materials from the demolished palace buildings. The house had a fire in 1910, which destroyed the central part, and the remaining buildings serve as the cafe, toilets and meeting room in the modern park. The park is maintained by Broxbourne Borough Council, and in the 2010s it was awarded a Heritage Lottery grant of nearly £2 million to restore the park and highlight the important royal history of the site. This Great Wall Centennial Corner is a commemorative area to pay respects to those who were lost in the First World War. This representative tank is based on a male Mark IV, situated on an original tank plinth that once held a female Mark IV, donated for display in Cedars Park in 1921. After the original tank was scrapped to support the war effort in 1940, the presentation plinth stood there until 2019, when this new tank was placed on top. And this Tommy statue was installed in Cedars Park in 2019, in remembrance of all those from the Broxbourne Borough and around the world who were lost while fighting for their country in the First World War. The statue is also dedicated to Rifleman William Ernest Taylor Uglow, the youngest volunteer recruit from the Broxbourne district during the Great War. He is not based on his face, but includes a uniform badge for his rifle brigade. We're now walking towards the duck pond, and you will see two very large mature London plane trees. Volunteers measured that the average girth of these trees is 6.55 metres, which is estimated to be around 250 years old at least. So while they are not as old as the royal palace that stood here, if these trees could talk, I'm sure that they could tell you so many things. These are all part of the mature and varied arboretum in Cedars Park, which contains over 600 trees, identified in 2019 by the Volunteer Tree Identification Project. Information about the trees is available on the Friends of Cedars Park website, www.cedarspark.info. This very attractive Japanese maple is associated in Japan with elegance. Its beautiful swirling branches form a canopy over the water stream. This bocce court was added in 2011. The simple yet classic Italian game of bocce is played widely across Italy, and the aim of the game is to bowl your ball as close to the target goal as possible. The concept dates back as far as 5200 BC, even enjoyed by the ancient Egyptians. Today, it's a popular game in Cedars Park. This maze is based on the original one that could be found at Theobald's Palace in the Jacobean era, based on a plan from a 1594 gardening textbook. In 2024, a new totem pole style ornament with turning figureheads was added to the middle, creating a unique attraction that reflects the important people associated with this park. The Flint Arch is a Georgian folly flanked by two round grottos, made of a mixture of flint, red brick, pudding stone and volcanic rock. The structure is very attractive and was designed as an ornamental piece to be looked upon from the Cedars house, which was situated opposite. The arch was designed to be reflected from a T-shaped pool of water that was located in front, which has since been filled in. The Venusberg Mound in Cedars Park is based on an original grass mound with a spiral path that once stood in Theobald's Palace, as a viewing mound to provide an elevated view over the palace's ornamental gardens. Today, there is a less interesting view, and the mound is intended to be a replica and an ornamental feature, but in the winter you can see over the former Great Garden and the maze. This wooden elephant, crocodile, tiger and camel represent some of the animals that were kept in the menagerie of Theobald's Palace, and the stuffed tiger that Admiral Sir Hedworth Muse kept in the Orangery, which can now be found in the Lowood Museum in Hoddesdon. This woodland walk only takes about 5 minutes to walk through, but it's a nice escape from everything else, and a popular space for local primary schools to come and examine the wildlife. This field was one of several sections of the Great Garden, which hosted elaborate royal events for visitors to the palace. It is surrounded by the former boundary wall of the garden, which contains bee bowls. This rose arch is a covered pergola with a variety of flowers and other vegetation, to create a pleasant area to walk through or to sit down and enjoy the sounds of the park. Here is the original Cedars house, which contains the cafe, the ideal setting for afternoon tea with friends or lazy all-day breakfasts. Next to the cafe are these roundels, installed in 2014 to represent some of the important figures in the history of the park. These palace models give information on different parts of the palace where you are standing today. Old Palace House is another building that was constructed using the Theobald's Palace materials, but unfortunately it burnt down in 1970 and only a small wall fragment remains. This is one of the original fragments of Theobald's Palace that remains standing in Cedars Park, containing old windows and beautiful Jacobean red brick. Thank you for watching, and if you live in the local area, we hope you pay Cedars Park a visit soon. Please visit www.cedarspark.info for more information. Thank you.